Hello traders, welcome to a new video on some new tools from Mobcharts that are currently free that can be very good if you want to trade pump and dumps or something kind of similar. Okay, so that is the Mobchart volume and liquidation tool. I'm going to be showing you guys both of these. This is real time, which does make it a lot stronger than a lot of other tools as well. First of all, I do currently have COVID right now, so you guys are going to have to bear with me. That's the voice and all. Doing my best here, though, and, wish me a speedy recovery. It's like my 5th time getting COVID, too. Seriously. It's insane. All right, let's do it. So, you know what's better than COVID? Mobchart screeners. Binance Spot screener right here. Let's go talk about this. So what this is showing visually is how much trading is happening every single minute. As you can see, it says 1610, 1609. This way you can actually see unusual volume from 4 different platforms. Spot, Binance Futures, Bybit Spot, Bybit Futures, very, very, very simply. So if we go to Bybit Spot right here, you can set up your screener however you want to do it, which is really, really, really cool. And you can just look for unusual volume. So if we want to look for unusual volume, I'd say one place to start is going to 5-minute price change. Now, DGen USDT has fallen a lot, the spot pair, and we can look here to see what has happened, in the 1-minute bars. We scroll over here. So this is going to be really your best friend right here. Now, this is going to be the most recent bar. So what I would do is probably do this, go to 5-minute, and then look at the most recent bar to see if you see any patterns of unusual volume. So what do we do if we do see a pattern where there is significant buying? Well, if there is significant buying of, let's say, a spot asset, you could make a bet based on just you think that the buying will continue, and then you could try to buy as well to try to participate in that pump. Or if people just don't stop selling, that could be a sign that you might want to sell as well. I will say if you do filter by 1 minute by volume, you're basically just going to get Bitcoin every time. So that's not really the best filter. The best filter for you is likely to do 5-minute right here, or this, as you can see right here, because this is going to show you really what has been having a lot of volume and what has not been having a lot of volume. Or sorry, not this one. That just shows A to Z, this one right here. Okay, so this is a really, really helpful tool. And the coloring that it does is based on its past. So the brighter that something is, that means that the more volume that it has. The darker that it is, that means that there's just not much volume traded. Okay, another tool is liquidations. Now, a lot of people have so many different opinions on how to trade liquidations. It's quite interesting, but this is something you can do to see all liquidations over time. What's quite cool is that you can see how correlated these liquidations are. People do seem to get liquidated at the same time across multiple assets. That's going to happen because of Bitcoin correlation. When Bitcoin makes a move and everything else follows it, this is kind of what you're going to see. So if I go to 5-minute, price change, like Sats has been falling a bit, we can go see some larger liquidations here. Now for this strategy, there is something to be said that you could use this to quickly find coins to buy or sell if you want to take a reversal based on liquidations. What's the benefit of using this tool for liquidations versus any other? This is very, very, very fast. This is probably faster than any other free screening tool that I can think of. So the speed and the very, very low latency, it's going to essentially allow you to get that information very, very, very quickly. So this is one of the 3 screeners. Then there's also, this one. These are all very, very fast, so you can get these pump and dumps as soon as possible. Here's a pump right now on Binance Spot. CVP, 5 minutes up 8%. You can see that right here. And then we would go investigate the volume, as you can see right here. And you can see this is the delta, meaning just market buys minus market sells. And this is just the raw market sell and the raw market buy volume. Delta is what I want to look at, though. So this delta has been kind of all over the place, actually. So this doesn't really look too strong. It's not just showing a lot of buying. It's showing actually a lot of selling and buying. So it's really no surprise that it's falling a little bit. You can see the 5-minute is dropping. Yeah, that's probably happening because look at how just it's kind of not as strong. And this is one really quick way that you can find pairs that are quite strong or are quite weak. As you can see right here, this one has had a fair amount of selling. But the delta here is showing a decent amount of buying. There is a third screener that you can use, which is the liquidity screener right here. The liquidity screener is also very helpful because it shows you all the bids and offers, the limit buys and the limit sell orders. So if we wanted to use this, I mean, there's a lot of ways that we could use this. I'd say order strength is a good way to start. We use this in the Discord sometimes. Order strength is just going to show relative order strength. This shows that there is a very, very large sell order on XTZ near the current price. You can see all of these other, JST has a lot of orders as well. You can also do order size, but the issue with order size is it's typically just going to be the major market caps. However, there is a large Pepe thing right here. So how would I recommend you do this? Well, what you could do is, I think, have all three of these all together. And to do that, you would create a workspace. And once you create that workspace, you can actually put all three of these together. And if you do that, that way, currently for free, you could basically have access to pump and dump, volume to look at that, to look at quick pumps, quick dumps. And we were right on our prediction. CVP did fall as predicted because, like I had said, there's just a lot of selling that I could just see immediately right there. Okay, super helpful. This data is not aggregated though. So when it says delta, it's just looking at Binance Spot. Now, this can also be done for futures, which is a lot easier to long or short. And you can see all the futures data here. This one is showing, looks like a decent amount of buying and not as much selling on futures. But I think for spot, it might be just a little bit better. And then also you can see, of course, for liquidation. So you can do all three of these in conjunction. Now, to recap, what I will say is for liquidity, I would say any added bid or any added offer. An added offer means an added limit sell. That's probably bearish for the market. An added bid means it's adding demand. It's likely bullish. That's what I would how I would read it for liquidity. For volume, almost always, guys, I will say follow the volume. What I mean by that is if there's a lot of market buying, you should probably be thinking about market buying. Not always, but typically. If there's a lot of market selling, you should probably be thinking about market selling. Not always, but typically price just continues in that direction, as you know. And then finally, liquidations are a little bit more complex than I originally had thought because I did a study where I found that it's not always often where price will just reverse after liquidations. That can happen after very large liquidations though. But this can show you anything that has a lot of liquidations very, very rapidly. So if we go here and your strategy is, hey, I want very low latency data that's free that gets me every single Binance altcoin, or let's do Bybit here. Every single Bybit altcoin, or Bybit doesn't have as many added. You should use Binance. Every single Binance futures, what has had the most liquidations? You can just go right here, and you can very, very easily see it. If we go to the most liquidations, obviously it's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, but sometimes you get some standouts like IO USDT has had some liquidations actually, and Bonk as well. And you can also see coins that are just, basically this could also be a measure of volatility. Lack of liquidations means that there's just no volatility. So there's so many cool different ways you can use Mobcharts for this. This is not paid by any means. This is just a tool that I came across that's low latency, fantastic data, and easy to make money from if you have a strategy based around either limit orders, market orders, or liquidations. And those three are the bulk of what you're going to be doing in directional trading. So I hope that this was helpful for finding screeners that you can use to look for added demand and supply, executed orders, and people's liquidations. And yeah, that's going to just about be it. If you are curious about any other alpha, especially the more private alpha, you can click the link in the description below to join the Discord. With that, happy trading and go over to Mobcharts.